Breaking news on CBS News New York. The Vatican has confirmed Pope Francis has died.
We are live this morning with how he's being remembered. Good morning on this Monday, April 21st. I'm Chris Raggi.
And I'm Mary Calvi. Welcome to CBS News New York. And the sad news comes a day after the Pope made a special appearance for Easter at the Vatican. The pontiff gave his blessing in Latin and then took a lap in his Pope-mobile just 3 weeks after he was discharged from the hospital for a case of pneumonia. In an announcement overnight, Cardinal Kevin Farrell said Francis returned to the home of his father. His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and of his church.
Dick Brennan begins our coverage this morning with a look back at his life.
Fratelli e sorelle.
Brothers and sisters,
Buonasera.
Good evening.
A sea of faithful greeted Pope Francis when he emerged on the central balcony of St. Peter's Basilica in 2013. Francis succeeded Benedict XVI, the first pope in 6 centuries to resign. In his first speech as pope, he asked the people to bless him. A man of humility, Pope Francis earned the nickname the People's Pope. Taking a page from his namesake, St. Francis of Assisi, he often wore simple robes and lived in a small apartment at the Vatican.
Faith brings us the light that scatters the darkness.
At age 76, Francis became the first South American pope, the first from the Jesuit order, and the first non-European pope in more than 1,000 years. Pope Francis was born Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Buenos Aires, Argentina in 1936. He became a priest in 1969 and Archbishop of Buenos Aires in 1998. Then he was known as the Bishop of the Slums, preaching in the poorest neighborhoods.
There are many unjust situations, but we know that God is suffering with us, experiencing them at our side. He does not abandon us.
Francis championed service and kindness in his time as a pope. He washed prisoners' feet, spoke up for refugees and migrants, and offered a conciliatory message for the LGBTQ community, saying,
If a person is gay and accepts the Lord and has goodwill, who am I to judge them?
In 2015, Pope Francis made his first visit to the U.S. A crowd joined then-President Obama to greet the Pope as he took his first steps on U.S. soil. The trip would take him to New York and Philadelphia, but while visiting Washington, he achieved a milestone.
I am most grateful for your invitation to address this joint session of Congress.
On a 2016 trip to Mexico, the Pope celebrated Mass before 200,000 people in Juarez, 50 yards from the U.S. border. He offered a message of hope to migrants seeking a better life, saying, "We cannot deny the humanitarian crisis." Early in his papacy, Francis tackled another huge issue for the church, assembling a panel of experts to advise him on church sex abuse. The goals were to help protect children from pedophiles, better screen men for the priesthood, and help victims. But victims would later say there hadn't been enough consequences for bishops accused of harboring predator priests.
It is important that every allegation is investigated.
In 2019, Pope Francis expelled disgraced former Archbishop of Washington, D.C., Theodore McCarrick. McCarrick was found guilty by the Vatican of sex abuse. McCarrick became the highest-ranking church figure and first cardinal to be defrocked in modern times. This was followed by the first global summit on preventing church sex abuse. Francis opened the summit with a prayer and a call to action. Listen to the cry of the little ones who want justice. In the 2020 documentary Francesco, Pope Francis revealed his support for same-sex civil unions. The documentary also touched on other issues important to Francis, including poverty, racism, and the environment.
I'm convinced that we can make a difference.
The following year, as the COVID pandemic raged on, Pope Francis urged people to get vaccinated. In a video message, he said, vaccination was a simple but profound way of promoting the common good and caring for each other. In 2023, Pope Francis celebrated the funeral mass for his predecessor, Pope Benedict XVI, in St. Peter's Square at the Vatican. He was the first sitting pope to preside over the funeral of a retired pontiff in church history. Later that year, he marked the 10th anniversary of his papacy, saying on a podcast, "The best gift would be peace." Around that time, Francis, who had part of his lung removed when he was younger, battled a series of respiratory ailments. He also underwent abdominal surgery and faced knee problems. The Pope managed to overcome health issues to continue with his work leading the Catholic Church. In February 2025, Francis spoke out against the second Trump administration's plans for mass deportations of migrants. He warned that forcefully removing people simply because of their illegal status deprive them of dignity and will end badly. The Trump administration had a strong response, saying the Pope should leave border enforcement to them. Through political and social upheaval, Pope Francis sought to help the Church and its faithful grow and deal with change during rapidly changing times. In a 2024 interview with Norah O'Donnell on 60 Minutes, he spoke about how he was able to hold on to optimism.
When you look at the world, what gives you hope?
Everything. You see tragedies, but you also see so many beautiful things.
Pope Francis died just one day after making a surprise appearance to bless the faithful in St. Peter's Square on Easter.